All right, ladies and gents. Holy crap, this looks insane. Welcome to Lootbox Nothing 2. Not so long ago now, like maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, I forget. The first Lootbox Nothing game happened. An AoE2 map designed around taking out these pavilions, which are your loot boxes, and then you may or may not get a surprise. This is an updated version. Shout out to Costrix who made this in the mod center. And there will be many more surprises from what I've read. And I will hopefully be able to read off a few details here on like what you get, how it works, just a second. But you start with a flamethrower, and this is to make the start a little bit easier. He also made changes so there's less lag, apparently. So let me do the introductions here. Literally all the players need to do right now is batter down the freaking pavilions. In the gray, we have DD. DD's playing as the Magyars. In the purple, we have Yeah, who's playing as the Japanese. Has a few trees right now. Not bad, not bad. In the teal, oh, look, we've got a stoner over here. Alex got some stone. In the green, we have AJ playing as the Poles. In the yellow, in the middle, we've got the R286 playing as the Italians. In the blue, we've got Byzantines for PB Trooper. And then in the red, I'm laughing because someone said D's nuts. We have Ed's 97. Now, our host was PB Trooper. He set this up. We always have to have a host, and then we bring the other players in with our rigging system. But PB Trooper apparently called. He was texting his friends and calling his girlfriend. And he said, I'm so excited. I'm contacting everyone I know right now to watch this. So I'd like to say hello to PB Trooper's friends and girlfriend and apparently entire family tree. I'm glad to have you guys here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, of course. No, I'm kidding. I'm not, but yeah, kind of. Whoa, what is that? We have a missing string. This is like, okay, so I think this is like an additional pavilion. Whoa! What the? That's like a weird chariot thing. Isn't this on one of the new units? No, I think this is from AoE 1. But we have an expansion coming out, and this looks awfully similar to some of the things I've seen in the expansion videos. This is very unique. Okay. So how much damage does this thing do? I guess it doesn't really have a name besides missing string. Actually, my guess is Capture Age doesn't know what it is. That's what it is. So the game itself, if I were to tab into it, probably has there's a name for that. Like a chariot archer or some chariot whacker. They're very lazy warriors. Look at them. They're just not really even trying. But yeah, Capture Age doesn't know what that is. Okay, got some food, got some berries over here. I'm going to keep this up for now. You can see the vill counts, because they're going to need food and all that for more villagers. Wow, we have a full work here for the Polish player. Farming around the full work, are we? Okay. Got lots of wood here. I wonder if you can dock out here. Maybe players will dock later on. So far, purple has had the most exciting discoveries. And still looking at more things. Oh, this can happen as well if you take out a pavilion. Your villagers, if they're standing over top of it, will get stuck inside of the resources. So that villager's bugged in there. It's only going to get worse. But I really like this concept. I mean, I love my nothing maps. We started the nothing map trend 5 years ago now. This is really cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens from here. But not too much else to talk about right now. And Purple says, time for the real question. What is the real question? Is he going to say, can you dock? That would be my guess. The question's going to be, are you able to dock? And I'm guessing the answer is going to be yes, actually. All right, so I'm going to tab out real quick. Please, apologies for this. This might look a little weird. I think we should be fine. Tab out because I have the description on my other monitor. Oh, okay. That's not what I meant to do. Description. Oh, God. On the other monitor now. So, well, you just saw it on screen, and I'm a pro content creator, but there's the details, my friends, on what comes out of each loot box, what the chances are with the loot boxes. The common loot boxes will give you wood, nothing, around 40%. Then you've got forage bush at 6%, stone at 2%, gold at 2%, rare box at 6%. Then out of the rare box, you can get a villager 25, saboteur 17, Relic 9%, Nothing 37%, Special Box 12%. And if you get a Special Box, which I don't think we've seen yet, you can get... Oh, no, we did see it because you can get a Chariot, Flamethrower, Blast Tower, Bombard Tower, or Town Center? You can get a TC out of these things? What the... Okay, so this is very different from what we had before. I don't think there's a lot of skill involved in this, by the way. But it is interesting. It is fun. And Age of Empires is meant to be relaxing. Let me fix something real quick. So that is what they're aiming for here, and hopefully it's a good watch. There we go. I fixed that. I completely screwed up my other screen. Yeah, I have no clue how the TC is going to fit. So we'll see. Now, some people will have or have had different approaches, right? So some players are using their villagers to attack more than others. That's really difficult, by the way. It's not easy to do that because you've got to like micro your vills constantly. They're not auto-attacking it like a flamethrower would. The way this map is designed, if you didn't already figure that out, is the AI is enemy to all of them. And he owns the loot boxes. We have a total of... Whoa, that looked really cool. Did you... Whoa! Whoa, dude! Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna make you guys dizzy. Sorry. Oh, God, my PC's breaking. Okay. Poof. Sorry. Anyways, I got excited. What was I even talking about? Oh, yeah, so that's why the AI's here. That's why the AI score is slowly going down, because you lose scores, you lose buildings. Yeah, some players are actually farming here, and if you farm, you can get food income to then make more vills. I think Gray's approach right now has actually been really solid. And they don't know where each other are just yet. They will be able to see each other because they can ally each other when they can make markets in feudal range. But yeah, we have a lot of the outposts, or the loot boxes, I should say. And I'm surprised because, if anything, Capture Age would lag more than the actual game. So this version, this new and improved version, is actually a lot less laggy. I'm northeast, says Alex. All right. So the craziest things we've seen so far would be the chariots. What I believe that is. It's got to be the chariot, right? Not a chariot archer, though. That was an AoE 1 thing, but this is clearly not an archer. You've got the relic. That's also pretty cool, but that'll help you much later. I haven't really seen any other special boxes. You get a rare box at 6% from a common loot box. And then there's a chance from that you get a special loot box. And that's 12%. So, I mean, the odds are not great. Oh, wait, but we got one. We got one. Now, is this the special or the rare? Oh, it doesn't tell me because it's Capture Age. Okay, well, we'll see what comes out of it. It might also look the same. And I would not stand there if I were you, lady. And, oh my God, she's been cloned! Holy crap, did you see that? Okay, so that was a rare loot box. There's a 25% chance of getting a villager from a rare loot box. So, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. I feel like it might be beneficial to be in a corner. I have no data to back this up, but I feel like you can just make more ground this way, or at least it's easier because you're just pushing one direction. Whereas I would be caught up with Yellow's mindset and like trying to push in a full circle, which might not be as constructive. Also, Yellow's just got so many trees, which blocks you off, which kind of sucks. We do have a rare loot box here, though. And I'm going to keep my eye on that. It's slowly going down. This guy's like, let me in. Also, are there apples in there? Let's zoom in and enhance. Kind of looks like those are like green apples. So I'm a big fan of green apples. So maybe that's just my mind. Yellow's like, I can't stand this. I'm gonna garrison my TC and shoot. It's actually really effective. I was gonna judge Yellow for doing that, but that seems pretty effective. And anyways, okay, let's see what happens from this. What are we gonna get? Nothing. Oh, God. The fact that it's called a rare loot box and you get like 37% chance of nothing is so sad. Wait, what is this? This could be our special loot box. Because this looks different. It looked like an outpost. Yeah, okay. So that's the town center, guys. It says Trebuchet packed, but no, this is a packed town center. I've seen this before. And you click it, it makes the TC noise. So I think green is going to be like, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't think you can unpack the town center anywhere near any of this. So it's just kind of there for now. I guess you could delete it, but you might as well not. Okay. We have more loot boxes going down. The players are making progress. I like it. It's trying to go around here. I'm sure Blue's family's proud. We've got the militia approach. Doing some damage over here for Red. Red takes this out. What's in here? Surprise? Villager. Okay, not bad. Better than nothing, that's for sure. I feel like... I'm actually curious on what viewers think, but I feel like maybe this one is a little bit more fun to watch than play. I'm sure it is very painful to have to click things all the time, but also there's like that extra, you know, little surprise aspect. Like, ooh, what am I gonna get? And for me as a caster, it's good if someone gets nothing or something, you know? Whereas if you work hard to take out a loot box, you want something, and okay. Finally, some conversation. Teal says everyone is so quiet. This is true. They're all looting away. Again, craziest thing we've seen would probably be the TC, couple relics. Eventually, they will continue to expand and expand and expand, and all these things will matter a bit more. Busy with all that APM. Yes, we're struggling. Yeah, too busy with boxes. Miles a minute. Somehow, this is intense. And Blue says, gonna hate Christmas after this. That's funny. We need a Christmas-themed one for when Christmas comes around. Ah, okay, we got a TC for purple as well now. Now, that's like the most exciting yet useless thing you can get out of the third box. Yeah, Diplo is enabled, Tudpools. You can see at the bottom right. It's kind of hard to see because of the boxes, but some people have allied each other. Teal is the first to feudal age. I guess if you could fit a market somewhere, you could then get cartography, and you could see what other people were doing. Which, I don't know, might give you, like, different strategies or whatnot, but sometimes it's just nice to be involved, you know? It's good to know. Adam says he hates this map. I like this map. Do I want to do this all the time? No. But, you know, that's just me in general with Age of Empires 2. People always ask me how I can stay in love with Age of Empires 2. It's because of the variety it offers, man. You can enjoy it in so many different ways. You can be the biggest noob ever and have... Oh, is that a... Oh my god, it's a Sab. I don't know how he got it. But guys, a Sab is like a beefy petard. And that would be really helpful here. And they also don't do friendly damage, by the way. So you could just explode it next to your villagers, no problem. Hey, you could be the biggest noob ever. Like Dylan in chat. I'm kidding. I just looked at a random viewer and just called him out. You could be a biggest noob ever and play against AI, have fun. Campaigns, have fun. Community games. Tournaments. So many great things you can do. Okay, well, he's not using the Sab. I think he's worried about friendly fire. Or, I don't know. Maybe he wants to... Maybe he wants his workers to have a better work ethic. So he's like, no, I'm not going to bail you out and use the Saboteur. Like the dad approach. But dad, why do we have to do it the hard... Why do I have to shovel the driveway if you have a snowblower? It builds character. You know, like the classic Calvin and Hobbes dad quote. This flamethrower's got some range, by the way. Way more range than I expected it to have when I saw it. 5 range. It almost looks like more. Also, just Age of Empires things. The flames are going through what looks to be a very flammable roof of this town center. This is horrible. And yet, somehow the TC's not on fire. Now, if you show up and you poke this town center with the spearman enough times, then the town center's on fire. So that's just Age of Empires things for you. Ooh, market abuse here from Red. Okay, so Red did grab the market. Has not allied anyone yet, so can't see anything. Seems to be selling wood right now and buying food. And it's going up to Castle Age? What? That's huge. And you know what? Getting Khmer here is massive because Khmer don't have to build the prerequisite buildings, excuse me, to get up to the next stage. Because the biggest thing with buildings here is just you don't have space. You don't have to go blacksmith. You don't have to go barracks before a stable. You would normally actually need a blacksmith before you make a siege workshop, which is really weird. And, you know, with that said, I think that we could see red on Rams pretty soon. Yeah, it does look like red used a sab here. You're right. Like, this looks like a sab went off. It's kind of sad that we have not seen a sab from green. Because then green could maybe make the second TC. But green is just saving all the heroes for later, it looks like. I like the houses along the shoreline. There's something about that. It just looks cool, you know? Purple making progress. What's the eco count again? Highest is 55 for gray. Holy crap. DD is really doing a good job here. But while that's nice and all, I feel like having 5 or 6 Rams is so much more effective than having an additional 20 or so Vills. Yellow's base is very, how would you describe this base? Very clustered. But again, it brings me back to, like, maybe it's better to be in a corner. Because then you can structure your base like this and it makes more sense. And they're very impressed with the Castle Age time for red. Red is now going for a monastery. I don't love the monastery idea, but I don't hate it. You want to get the relics, but now you definitely don't have space for the siege workshop. So no, I actually don't like this. I would have preferred to see farm. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe you have to take the relic to be able to do something here anyways. It's still a problem. Space is still a problem. Might be worth stopping your Vil production now if you're someone like Yellow. Just getting up to Feudal Age would make sense, especially because it is a bit cheaper for his Civ, the Italians. So what haven't we seen? We haven't seen a blast tower. You can get more flamethrowers. We have man-at-arms now from purple. That's not bad. We haven't seen a bombard tower either. And I guess we have seen a saboteur, but we haven't actually witnessed it explode. And he is currently hiding behind the town center right now. Look how clustered it is. This is what I mean. Like, stopping Vil production probably makes sense at a certain point. Nobody answered my question. Finger-sized legs or leg-sized fingers? Leg-sized fingers. Yes, same. Legs. Hey, let me think about this. This is a good question. Finger-sized legs. Oh, that's... Oh. Or leg-sized fingers. I feel like I'd go finger-sized legs because how would I play Age of Empires if my fingers were that big? I wouldn't be able to do my hotkeys, man. Like, my whole... No, I couldn't do it. I would no longer be decent in Age. And I wouldn't be able to control the camera and cast either. So... I would probably go for the finger-sized legs personally, but you know, variety is the spice of life. You guys can disagree with me. You could play with your feet. I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, here's an interesting thought. Will there be a player that surpasses Orange's score in this game? Orange has 150,000 score, but that is dropping fast. I want to say yes, but there's still a very big difference between first and second place right now. How would you even be able to move if your legs were finger-sized? Well, let's assume that they're just as strong. They're very strong, tiny legs. Okay, red is a siege workshop now. So this is an important development. Also, you've got mangonel and ram and flamethrower. Yellow says you can get TC and is really confused. I don't know if these guys actually know how to unpack it. I guess it's, again, it's the lack of space. It's a concern. Gray's TC is still here. Gray's going to go Castle Age. Honestly, I think Gray's position, considering Gray didn't get anything special yet, like no sabs. Gray also didn't get a chariot. Gray's kind of been getting shafted over here. I think Gray has played this the best so far. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, this is the final tier. The special loot box. Chariot, flamethrower, blast tower, bomber tower, or town center. Now, the town center is a scam. That's what it feels like to me. Gray's already on 64 villagers on one TC. TC is a scam. Let's zoom in on it. There's 0 chance of getting nothing. Something will appear here. Of course you got the freaking TC. Of course they got the TC, man. It says the town center is 14%. How did 3 people get... Whoa! It's a fire tower! And Teal's like, the boxes are exploding here. Anyone else got that? No, that's your tower. Look at this thing. I think this is originally a C tower. And it's been reworked to become a blast tower. And I don't know if Capture Age can't show the blast. I kind of want to tap into the game real quick. Nah, let's not, actually. That's a pain. And Green can see this because Green has is allied with him now. And he's like, what is that? And Teal is very confused. It's the missing string tower. Yes, of course. I really wish Green would use the sap. It would help so much. We have progress being made over here. Now, the more you mass, the more likely it is you are going to discover more things. And then the more resources you're going to uncover. And so this is like Age of Empires where everything snowballs on you, but like in a very different way. Also, I believe that was nothing in there for red. So stable now for Gray. Gray is on the way to Castle Age. Yes, about to be in Castle Age. It does get the attack upgrades for free with Madgar, so might make knights. And we have a castle. And I wasn't expecting to see a castle, but honestly, I think a castle could be pretty decent here because the castle would allow... it's constant attack, right? And then if you have extra villagers, you can just toss them inside the castle. It's more arrows. Also, Green, could you please finish this? This is tier 3. I want to see you get a bombard tower. Bleep, you look so peaceful. Okay. I think there's splash damage being done to this. No, there's not. Okay, so we're going to see... Oh, whoa! Whoa, buy a lottery ticket. We got a flamethrower and we got a sab. And then you've got this as well. And what's going to be in this one? That was a triple. And we got a tower, baby! You know what this reminds me of, guys? This reminds me of Bloons Tower Defense. And there goes the sab. That's what the sab does, people. So now there's going to be more things appear from this area. Now Green's starting to feel it. And it's actually good for Green that there's more open space. It's actually a good thing. All right. Progress being made by Red. Slowly but surely. Militia's still going at it. I like it. Gray probably upset that he got a town center. These villagers are just stuck. I don't know if you should really continue to make vills right now. I don't know. I get, like, the feeling of wanting vills all the time because that's how you play standard Age of Empires, but I'm not too sure. How does this remind you of Bloons? Because of the towers. I've told this story before, but I'll tell it again. So, I don't know how many of you guys are, like, religious or grew up in church or whatever, but for me, always in church every Sunday. When I was like 15, they wanted someone to run the PowerPoint during the worship songs, right? But basically, you know, everyone wants to sing along, but no one knows the words. So we had PowerPoint in front of the whole congregation. So I'm in the back room manning the computers. I got fired because I was playing Bloons Tower Defense and watching soccer, and I kept missing... the word change. So it was really funny. You have like the whole congregation like, Blah, 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 blah. They know the words, and then they're just like, didn't know the words anymore because I was too busy gaming. So I was like 15, 16. I had that job for a year, and I loved it. It was my favorite experience at church ever. It was the best. The best. I could just not pay attention at all. It was fantastic. Anyways, we've got long swords. And long swords are actually quite good here, I think, because you can get arson, which gives you extra bonus against buildings. I don't know if that makes them better than knights. We've got one of these sea towers here as well for purple. And what I like about the tower is that it does a circular damage, if that's the way to say it. Spherical damage. It does damage. And I don't know if it's like choosing a target or if you have to task it, but I think as purple's freaking out, I believe that it is somewhat consistent here. And this could be a triple here as well for orange. Let's see what's in these things. Nothing. The 37% chance at nothing. And nothing. That sucks. Must have been another sab or something over here. How did you get that many trees in a row, Red? Yikes. Oh, wow. We've got Olbuk for green, making the unique unit. That's actually not a bad bet here. Really making progress. Gray making progress as well. Those are battering rams. It would be amazing to see capped ram from purple. Purple in the Imperial Age. Could go for capped ram right now, which would definitely make a big impact. Purple decides to ally gray. I haven't looked at blue in a while. And whoa, blue got double bomb our tower. Yo, this is sick. How much damage is it doing? So I think it's 3 or 4 shotting a loot box. Sorry, it's like right here on my screen. So that is much better than the fire tower thing, I think. Actually, I'm not too sure because this seems to be doing damage to multiple at the same time, which is probably better. I don't know. Obviously, getting capped ram should be your biggest priority if you're purple. That's what purple has done. There is now a ram stuck inside of the tower that just spawned. I've never seen this before. I wish the other rams weren't here because it'd be a better screenshot. It's a rower. It's a tam, and he deleted it. He must not have been able to get out of there. He just deleted it. No, that looked so cool. Okay. That's pretty funny. Blue, looking pretty hectic, but making some progress over here. And are these guys gonna fight each other? Like, right now they're fighting the loot boxes, but are they gonna try and kill each other when the time comes? I think Green's thinking about it. Green says, how do you talk to individual players? Still doesn't want to use the sab. Maybe wants to save the sab before killing someone later. It is very satisfying to watch the slow progression of the loot boxes going down on the minimap. And yeah, purple's making some real progress now. Purple, Merry Christmas. You've got double sab here. So those sabs could open up a whole lot. Being Japanese has the faster attacking infantry. Doesn't get siege ram though. So that is sad that you don't get siege ram. Like if someone got siege ram like Byzantines, for example. Byzantine player can get that, and I think that siege ram is going to be the most effective thing at taking these out. Where are the kings? There are no kings. We couldn't add kings because it was a scenario. Even though it did say in another version, which we'll talk about at the end of this video, I think people will want to hear about it, but it did say something along the lines of it works with exploding kings. So, yeah, that'll be... If we could somehow get the kings in there, it would be funny. Gray, you there? What? Okay, so blue and gray, maybe you're going to have some conversations and try and work together. The win condition is to kill everyone. Yes. To kill everyone. And let's actually look at resources that are stockpiled right now. So food count is really high for teal, Highest gold count, though, is not that high. Highest gold count is currently 730. Is a little painful, which means they might need to have to trade a bit. So actually what you'd want to do, ideally you want the corner, right? These knights do not seem very effective, by the way. You'd want to take the corner if you're purple, and then you want to get all the way down to gray and trade that way. Or I guess you could go to green. I don't know. Anyways, blue still no siege ram, which is kind of sad to see. That might be on the way, though. Maybe he doesn't have the food for it. Highest vill count is yellow with 79 villagers. But yellow, I can guarantee you, also has the highest amount of idle time in the game. But good news is wheelbarrow's coming in, so that'll make things a whole lot more efficient. Red with a castle here. Not bad. Ooh, this would be fun with exploding vills. Again, I just don't know if that type of thing's possible. It's not a random map script. But no, I want to see exploding kings because I just want to see what happens when all these things get deleted at once. Right. So I guess these players are going to have quite a few fortifications to work with, right? I mean, you've got castles for most of them now. Plus, they get some towers for free. It is going to be hard to justify attacking someone unless they're completely unprotected. There we just witnessed a sab. And there's so many sabs for purple. What? There's 9 sabs! Yeah, maybe you want to save these to kill kings. I honestly would prefer to see that at this point with that many. Hey, conversation starts. Hey, teal, says purple. We'll see if they want to be friendly. I'm sure that most of these players have very little experience with saboteurs, but I can tell you they're amazing against units. Sabs are actually something that is used in a lot of scenarios, and they could kill like 30, 40 archers, for example, if they're stacked on top of it. Yeah, there's no king. I think I just said kill king. There's no king. Sorry, I'm used to that as well. But yeah, and even take out castles, taking out TCs. All that stuff is very doable. Is starting to get a little bit laggier, but I am surprised we made it this far without someone disconnecting. Whoa! Oh, blue, please sab that. Blue, please sab that. Look at this. There's 21 rare loot boxes. This seems like a scam. This seems like a scam. I don't want to look away from this. Come on, blue. It's like blue tried to click it. That definitely was a sab, but a sab turned into all the rare loot boxes. Imagine if they're all TCs. Well, it'd have to be a special loot box first. Right? So it'd have to be a special box, which is a 12% chance. So if you do the math, because you guys know I'm amazing at math, you should get at least like 2, right? At least like 2 or 3 of the other loot boxes after this. Yeah, I mean, I can always rewind. I don't really want to, though. I want to see it live. Rewinding's not the same. Wait, how did blue get this tower? Wait, so this tower belongs to blue, who has allied red, but red hasn't accepted. But red hasn't allied anyone. And yellow says don't trust red. Well, yeah, it's because red hasn't allied anyone. I'm serious. Commit to the end. Okay, so blue and yellow are a team till the end. Red, damn, he is out for blood. I don't think red even knows that you can ally people. I think red is so focused on taking this stuff out. And that is it. Towers have 9,000 HP. They do have 9,000 HP. And he's just like, it doesn't seem like it's too difficult to take out, apparently. Teal says, is anything out at sea? Doesn't seem like it. Green also turning on gray, who's still just making knights over here. Remember I said the corner looked good, but if you don't advance far enough in and have a good alliance, I feel like you could be stuck. And red is not looking to be aggressive. I don't think red remembers that you can change teams. Red says, why is it a blue tower over here? And now the tower's down, and blue's asking where. There's a lot of confusion here. I don't think you can dock. I think if you could dock, we would have seen it already. I'm just going to assume that there's no docking in this. In my base, says red. You didn't see it? Meanwhile, he's attacking blue, and blue is plotting to kill him. Poor Ed. Ed has no clue that he can ally people. He's just so focused fighting against the elements here. And the thing is, it's looking pretty menacing, too. He's got a lot of ballistas, a lot of siege. This is not going to be something that blue is going to be happy with seeing. Red, we friends? See, blue's confused. Remember, his girlfriend's apparently watching. His family's watching. That's what he told me before the game. He said he's so excited. Contacted everyone he knew. He, like, called 911. Was like, hey, I just want you guys to know I'm going to be playing in a community game. And then hung up real quick. Highly suggest that. No, don't do that. Just kidding. Red, you are not friends with anyone. So blue is giving red a chance. And I think blue is receptive to maybe being teams with red. Okay. Teal's not looking too hot. We'll need purple to be kind to him. I swear, blue, all your friends and family are looking at you and saying, why are you not using that sap? Okay. Ah, you ruined it. The castle took one out. Didn't really ruin it. There's still others here. And okay, you've got a villager. But please use that sap. I hope red kills the sap and then the sap takes out the boxes. I'm gonna deactivate the market events. Got a migraine, but all good. Are you scared of red? Help me cut through and I will support. Okay, so we've got blue, yellow, green potentially as a team. And oh my god, gray is attacking blue right now. Like, big time. And it could have been the same thing. No. Gray knows you can ally with people. Blue's getting completely wrecked. Blue is allied with gray. And blue notices and says, Gray, no, we're friends. But guys, look at this KD right now. Look how many deaths. That was 52 deaths for blue. And blue is still not allied by red. Listen, blue, I don't know what your idea of friendship is. Might be very different from mine. But I don't think this is what friendship looks like. If this is friendship, I would suggest maybe finding more friends. The sab went off, by the way. We will have something. Oh, what? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. That's so funny looking. Okay. Well, blue might die. He might be the first person to die in front of all of his friends and family. And yellow said he would help, but blue's TC is blocking the way. Yellow's villagers are barely working. And gray didn't really say much, but gray had military. I guess blue could, like, still survive, but this is brutal. And not really how I expected it to go. It shocked me that gray just ran in there with that many knights, and I'm sure it shocked blue as well. That went from 0 to 100 really quick. Well, the trade route has officially been cleared. We're now going to have yellow turning on red. I don't know if red was playing dumb or what, because red is still not allied to anyone, but red is playing it really well. Yellow says red is killing us. Meanwhile, over here, everyone's still playing nice. And purple's still saving up saboteurs, has 12 of them. And purple on the other side of the map is telling red to stop. Like, what are you going to do about it, purple? Okay, I like red. Red says the mighty Khmer Empire needs to grow. And so blue turns on red finally. Blue is at the limit here. And blue needs to be on his hands and knees begging for mercy. Begging for mercy. You need to be begging, not red, because that won't work. He needs the empire to grow. But maybe gray? But then again, does it make sense for gray to honor something like that? Probably not. I don't know if there's any recovering from this. I think blue needed a little bit more, and Maybe blue was hesitant to use the sab there because he didn't want to help red get in. I didn't think about that. We've got elite ballista elephants, guys. Elite ballista elephants should be pretty good against just a few numbers of Genoese crossbowmen. And, like, there's 70 units in this area of the map right here for yellow. Yellow can't move. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, please. We've got the sabs. Please. It'd actually be way more satisfying to see the sabs used on the villagers and the mangonels, but on a big ball of elephants, I wouldn't mind that either. Blue's still trying to hold on. I guess what you have to do to survive is you have to get a bunch of stuff from the loot boxes. Micro that cataphract. Now, green has elite Obuk. Oh, they're not elite, excuse me. But he has that, and that unit in that high of a number is really strong. So I could see that working, but the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be to take out these castles. Blue trying to get some revenge here. And to be fair to Gray, I think Gray just really needed space. Okay. Tower is actually shooting the onagers. Cataphract's helping a little bit. Keyword little bit. There's a town center here for blue, so blue could reboom. But he would have to unpack it. I didn't see a single person unpack their trebuchets this game. Or not their trebuchets. Their town centers is what I meant to say. But when you click it, it says trebuchet, so it's confusing. I thought green was going to come in here. Keep in mind, again, that red is not allied to anyone. Red is all on his own and dominating with these ballistas. And yellow says, green, can I send some bills to you? What's the definition of sub? No! The sabs! Not the sabs! The monk is healing what's left of them. Oh, God. They're so overwhelmed right now, guys. They're so overwhelmed. They know people's watching. They know this is difficult. Or, of course, they're experiencing how difficult it is. Yellow is on the way to the Imperial Age. But, I mean, if yellow runs into green's base, it just makes it worse for green's pathing. We actually have trade between teal and purple over here. And I think purple's my favorite right now. Now, purple and red, those are the two. Maybe red should be the favorite, actually. That would be pretty silly to not favor red at the moment. Gray could maybe come back into this way later. But this is a yikes situation here for yellow, who thankfully makes it to the Imperial Age before the TC goes down. And it looked like there was just tons of room to expand on this map, but now it's like there's no space. Feels like, anyways, there's no space. Blue still alive, by the way, probably hoping to not be the last person to die. Or sorry, the first person to die here. Yeah, like red, it should get to a point where red not allying people hurts him. But he's killed blue. He's gonna kill yellow, it seems like. Look at this. Look at this lumber camp. How many vills is that? 43 villagers. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's hardly efficient. But yeah, I mean, I don't think yellow is going to be too tough of a task for red. Green, I just haven't seen enough activity from. So blue says, this is GG for me, guys. I think blue's got 2 pop left. Onager and Sab, and is just hoping this is a vill. Just hoping this is a villager. Please be a villager. Please be a villager. Please be a villager. 25% chance! And it is... Hey! Reboom time, baby! Please kill gray and red for me. They are very hostile, says blue. Now, blue, you're fine. Reboom. The AoE 2 gods have been good to you. Don't kill her. Oh, God. Okay, so blue sees the villagers like, oh, nice. Let's just friendly fire her. Can you hop into these towers? That could be a way to do it, maybe. Okay, making a mining camp. Got it. Well, blue's hanging in there then. Meanwhile, red is all over yellow. And these villagers are still just trying to chop wood. They're trying to do their job. Spacing is a big issue these days. Too many people on the planet. Wow, that's a lot of chariots. Oh, wow. This is actually treated as a hero. So it's like a different type of unit, or maybe Capture Age just figured it out. Huh. Constantine. Okay, good luck, guys, is yellow. Yellow's realizing, like, yeah, this is a problem. I'm going to die. We're all going to die. I don't know, like, maybe green needed Onager to take out the trees because this tree situation is atrocious. Blue's last pop. That villager is going to go down there to the Hussar. Oh, no, this is the last pop. This is the sap. This is what's keeping Blue alive right now. And sayonara, buddy. I do actually feel really bad for Blue because Blue was the host. I was like, I'm so excited. I literally told everyone about this. Community games be brutal. And Red is brutal, too. Like, Red is the big bad bully here. He has killed a lot of stuff. He's going to head right over to Gray, who's still Castle Age, mind you. I mean, Gray's got full upgrades on the Knights almost, so I don't know. Maybe Hussars... Nah, Hussars should be enough if he just gets enough upgrades. And look at his farming eco. I mean, his eco's insane. It's like he wasn't even playing Lootbox Nothing at this point. Wow. Well, that castle will go down. Whoa, they're in the castle and repairing it. Talk about dedication. You pound those hammers. Well, how long can you do this? Because you do not have a response to the army here. Teal turns on Gray, turns on Red. So I think Teal has heard what Blue said with his dying breath, that those two are not to be reckoned with. But it's still weird to me that Gray and Red are not even working together. Like, there is an alliance with Teal and Purple, though, for Gray. So I don't know, like, he might be trying to escape and just not butt heads with Red right now. Yep, that is Yellow repairing. PB Troopers back in chat. Green says, I have no idea what I'm doing. What are your resources right now? Okay, I guess you can't afford Onager. In hindsight, like, maybe instead of making this many Obuk, getting the Onager upgrade would have allowed things to open up a bit more. Maybe it was also super unlucky and just got way too many trees from the boxes. Also, what's nice about ballistas is they do actually take out trees, too. But this choke point is just perfect for the ballista elephants. It's just free kills nonstop. Red is a beast. Now, starting to get raided a little bit over here. Gray is very close to getting into Purple's base. Purple also has Elite Samurai and Halbs with Japanese. And Purple is going to try and help, but what will the help be? It looks like the help is going to be Sabs, but how do you even get through there? The Saboteurs are needed, certainly. Like, I would love to see a couple Saboteur shots on the elephants here. Ah, yep. Red's top score. Purple right behind him. As we expected, right? Orange would lose a lot of that score after losing all the outposts. I think the military count's got to be something like... Yeah, okay, 119. That's exactly what I was going to say. For Purple. That's a lot of military. Now, ballistas and onagers are definitely a more effective force for their population, right? Like, they're just tankier units. So with 60 army versus 120, it still feels like it'd be a pretty close fight. But oh, green. Oh, green. Oh, the old books. The old books. Oh, pain. These onagers here have 60 kills. These ballista elephants have 50 kills. This one little group of like 15, 20 military did that much. A yellow tries to tell him to use staggered formation. Yellow, I mean, he's trying to be helpful, I guess, but you've got nothing to do right now, buddy. Don't worry about your own self. No, he's trying to help his team, you know? He's trying to be helpful. I don't know if staggered formation would work too well with all the obstructions here. Yeah, they're dead. Green says, I got massacred. You did. You did get massacred. And I think Red is going to have to shift its attention to someone else. And that could be Gray. Gray on Cavalier. Now, let's check the stockpiles, though. So, Red has by far the most on food. 45 on food with farms. And then has 28 on gold, which is also the most. And probably has relics as well. You can see here. Wow, 6 relics. Plus 3. 9 relics for golden come. Could be 10. Red, let me live. You have no chance alone against perp. Okay, this is a good attempt from green. I like this. I think that red has a lot of reasons to be confident, though. And, quote, wants to expand the Khmer Empire. Red says, you see the score, question mark? I have a chance. Oh, man. Woo. All right. We'll see if it's overconfidence or if it's someone backing up with their, see if he can back up his words. Purple says, talking to me? Oh, and Green's like, yeah, you do have a chance. A slow and painful death. I love the comeback. Like, as Green's dying, I like how he's talking smack right now. I love it. Okay. I mean, I think red is correct that he's got a chance. Because what do you get? He's controlling more loot boxes, which will be more resources, right? It's not like he's going to run out of gold access. He has the farms. He has castles. It's not regicide, so no one can king snipe him. There's relics everywhere. Like, red can most certainly do this on his own. And purple needs to show up now. Because purple, like, what red has done is he's systematically picked off people one by one by one by one. And so if this turns into a 1v1 because of that, it becomes an issue. Now, I think purple's trying. And this maybe brings it back to why having ballista elephants is good, is because all the choke points. Purple is going to send infantry into massive choke points against ballista elephants. Because that's what he's going for. And they're just going to get mopped. I'm actually really excited to see that happen. Yellow and green together in the corner, hiding. Not wanting to go down. His economy's looking good. His eco is at the top. Military, not at the top with the total number, but still pretty high up there at 75. And it is so expensive to be able to make the army he's making. Yellow says can't dock. That is the case. We've known that for a while. Gray, I'm still waiting to see him do something, but I don't think Gray is ever going to be able to attack red. If Gray attacks red, red kills him. There's a genuine fear there. And getting to purple, I don't think does much. Green says, to the end, brother. We're cornered, but we have other. So romantic. Okay, here it comes. Purple has wisely used the onagers to open up some space here. The halbs are not fully upgraded, but they've got the attack at least. And then you've got the samurai too. You ideally want to spread your units out. It's very hard to do that here. But there's a lot of military from purple. I'm just not sure how long it's going to stick around with all the ballista shots. It will pass through a lot of these units. And red has just put gray to neutral after 1,100 years of enmity. Wow. Okay. What does gray say to that? And, okay, that is because gray says, red, team up to pink. Interesting. And so red doesn't even ally the guy. Red goes neutral. And, okay, now red allies. You guys remember that time that purple had military? I think this is purple's. This is red's game. Like, there is no way they stop him. He's on absolute tear here. They're attacking the elephant. Green goes, a small victory, but it is ours. I'm not sure it is, actually. I'm not sure it is. I'm not sure it is. Oh, no. It's just so cute how they're both inside the town center together. Oh, the beast shall fall. No, it won't. 14 HP. I don't know if they could kill it. I'm sure if they committed everything, they could. I am dumb. Red was ally. Oh, God. I didn't realize that. Okay, that explains the situation even more to me. And that was the moment before red could fortify more. And now you've got gray with red. So, yeah, there's just no chance for purple here. Teal is still alive, by the way. Teal still exists. But that is pretty much it. And the Khmer and the Magyars dominating the Japanese here. And it looks as though... Oh, we've got onagers, actually, from green. He's, like, trying to get out of here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, pathing's helping, kind of. Green says, it's okay. I come with big army. Yes. Massive army. I can't wait to see the KD later on for red. Like, I'm intentionally not looking at the KD because I'm very curious on this. Certainly not the most back and forth game we've seen. So, you know, that could change in theory, but man, this is just so good for red. Now, what I'd like to see in the future is I'd like to see Regicide maybe, because then when you have... The beauty of Regicide is when you have a player who's this good, there's opportunities to take that king, even if you can't win him and beat him in a straight-up battle. And... Saboteur! Let's go, baby! Let's go! All worth it. All worth it. Purple says, got him! Red's like, what just happened? How did that work? Saboteurs. Come to think of it, I didn't see red with a lot of sabs. So it's very possible he didn't know that sabs were that good. Keep in mind, the elephants have like 350 HP. 310, excuse me. That's a lot of HP. Red says, my Ellies, with a frowny face. And hey, purple's not finished. He now realizes that you have to turn people to enemy before you attack them. We've got quite a few halbs and samurai, which is looking good. We'll take out this castle, which is fine. It does, however, seem as though green and yellow are going to go down. And I would sing a wonderful song right now, but I don't want everyone to click off of the stream. So I'm gonna keep the song for later. Yellow's hiding with a unit here, though. And he said if only Constantine could move. Oh, it's trapped by trees. So he is to lie in wait and hope that the enemy accidentally chops him out. Well, I guess with that, green will die then, because green doesn't have any units beyond these villagers. Yellow will lose these villagers, as will green, but yellow has the Constantine. Constantine, green. Nice little rhyme there. Gray's still trying to make a move to purple. This is not a friendly move. This is very much an attack-oriented style. Purple still hoping to push. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure still missing some upgrades here for these halbs. It's always something I like. Armor stats on halbs and like samurai, never something I remember. I think when the siege workshop goes down, that should be it for green, right? Really? Does green have a unit or a building around? I don't know where it is. Oh, it must have died. Did I miss it here or something? Oh, there's a red sab now. I'm sorry, I missed it. Should we rewind? Did you guys see it? If my viewers here saw it, I'll rewind. Because houses don't keep you alive. He says, that was worse than all of my army dying. Oh, GG green, GG. Purple now fighting 1v2. Teal is also still in the game, by the way, though I haven't seen much from Teal in a while. And, oh no, Constantine is being taken out. Now, heroes do heal. You can see the HP go up every once in a while, but that flamethrower is probably going to roast Constantine before there's any chance it escape. And this push continues as we all expected. Buildings destroyed will also be a really interesting stat. And Teal has now declared war on Gray. So that one pikeman can try and kill things, but even Teal still not able to handle the pressure. And the crazy army flood from these two. I mean, look at this. Gray's got like 20 rams. Really impressive. This is not something they played before, I'm sure, but they just fell into it and made it work. Purple, I think, has had a really good game here, but is realizing that this is just not going to work out. The strategy was to trade this way. And then red just rolled through everybody. So you can't trade. And when you vest into that trade, it costs a lot of gold. You had very little gold, perhaps. Excuse me. Like, this is what's tricky. This game here is way less about Diplo than most of our other games because you can move around, you can talk to people. Here, you're just focusing so much on just battling the elements. That's pretty much all you do. Yellow's still alive, by the way, with one villager. Purple is trying to get the others to slow down. How much wood does Yellow have? Yellow has... Wait, does it not cost wood to repair an ally's house? I have to wait till Yellow does that again. He's asking Gray to ally. Red says, no, the glory of Khmer must grow. It's not just the Khmer, buddy. Also the Magyars. Yellow says, I want to see what's happening. Okay, so the wood... Oh, the wood is going down for Yellow. Okay. All right, so the wood is going down. I was confused by that. I was like, what? So Yellow could probably stay here for a while unless Red sends a ranged unit. Teal is going to tap out here. GG to Teal as well. Who I think was the first to get that one tower that wowed us. Then I shall spit in thine eye before defeat, says yeah. Well, yeah. This is, I wouldn't even consider this a spit. This is like... This is not a spit. The eye was not... the eye was not affected. But I love it anyways. It was a good attempt. Obviously, again, reminder. I'm sure you don't need it at this point. Not regicide here. It was a good run, gentlemen. Purple's going to tap out here. Well played, Purple. Who would join the others in defeat. At this point, Yellow's going for third place. Yellow is going for third place. And is just waiting with this villager. Salute there from both players. Everybody with the little salutes. Even Gray chiming in with the salutes. Gray's in the process of killing them. And Red says, I will resign in your honor, Gray. May you live long. Wait. Yellow's not dead yet. Yellow's not dead yet! Yellow officially better player than Red, confirmed. So it's a 1v1 now, folks. We've got one villager here for R286. Red was too noob to finish the job. And Gray's like, thanks. We'll see if Yellow wants to do something with this villager. But how's silver taste, Yellow? Yellow says, oh, God. Okay, Yellow says, so who is left? Well, you and Gray. You and Gray. And that's it. And does Gray know anything about this? That's going to be really hard to spot, actually. Okay, I think Gray's noticed. And is now going to also attack the house. Yellow got a TC from Box. Did he? Like, now is there a TC? No, that's not Yellow. No, there's nothing I can really find from Yellow. This is all Yellow sees. Just allies, buildings, and the villager. Yellow maybe doesn't have the score up. Maybe doesn't know that it's just those two. He says, this is just Gray and I, and then calls the GG. All right, GG, well played. Obviously, Red. He dominated this game. That was an incredible game. Yellow could have drugged it out a little bit longer, but wow, that was fun. I mean, listen, half the fun in this is just kind of seeing how it works, right? That's the main reason we did this. Let's look at this stat. Most units created. 188 Hussars, 117 Cavalier. And what we learned was, what we learned was that this is still very awkward. Still very awkward. Also, I think it was more entertaining than the previous time. The TC thing seemed like a scam. It could have been a percentage thing. Maybe if we were to do it again, the town centers wouldn't appear, but there's just no space for the town centers, so that always sucked to see someone go through one loot box, into the rare loot box, and then into the special loot box, only to get a TC they can't use. So I felt bad for players about that, but getting the Sabs was good to see again. Flamethrowers, Blast Tower, Bombard Tower. I felt like that was pretty solid. Also, I have to hand it to the map maker for not making some of the towers too frequent, because then that would have made it even more campy. Messy game. Here's the KD. Red with 916 kills with 388 deaths. And raised a total of 2,095 buildings. So this is what it comes down to, right? The more you raise, the more resources you get. Also, I don't know if they went random civ. I think they did. Having Khmer also helped a lot. Being able to get up to Castle Age without having to make all those buildings was super helpful early on. And then those Ballista Elephants seemed like probably the best unit that could have been made out of all the players there. And yeah, I just had to look through the civilizations. Honestly, probably the best unit that could have been made. Certainly made it look easy, though. When you look at the economy, you can see why Red was dominating so much. More wood, more food, more gold, more stone. And Red just tapped out near the end there, was like, you know what? I could stomp these fools and have everyone hate me for being a bully. Or I could just say, you know what, Gray, here you go, buddy. Here you go. Well, guys, I will say this. There is apparently a Lootbox Nothing map pack. And I thought about doing that instead of this, but it made sense to do the second version of Lootbox Nothing first. And in the future, we might break out that map pack. There's apparently maps where you can dock. It's like mega random-ish, but it's made for Lootbox Nothing. There's like 19 different maps. So while we could get repeats if we were to do this 19 more times, we would have 19 different types of loot box maps. Not saying we're going to do that many, but for people who like this, in the future, we'll probably mix in more loot box and see what we get from that map pack. Again, you know, I'm not going to do this every week. Maybe once a month, maybe once every other month, but this gives us lots of different things to do. Now, if you go back to the beginning here, and this is what I'll sum up this cast with, this was pretty wild, right? There was a lot of loot boxes. What I want, guys, is I want exploding kings, okay? How many is this? Okay, I thought it was 4.11 million loot boxes, and I was very confused. Okay, 8,240 loot boxes. Now imagine if it was exploding kings with this, and a king was killed or deleted or something, and then there was this big circular explosion in the middle of the map. That would be really cool. So I kind of want to do exploding kings with this. If it's possible, we'll see. There's a lot of different things we could do. Anyways, for your Lootbox Nothing fans, hope you enjoyed. Hope everyone had fun. I feel bad for PB Trooper, who literally said, I'm calling my girlfriend, I'm calling all my friends to tell them all that I'm about to play in a T90 Kami game. And as he now comes back and says, no loot box, please. This is trauma. He's probably hoping they didn't watch. Sorry, buddy. My bad.